Are you guys able to see my screen? Notepad++, 6th August.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So last class, what did we learn? What are the commands that we learned?
Apex detail form and command button, command line.
Only three commands we learned last class. Details, command button, command link, and
Input field,
okay. So we
tab panel, tab.
Yes. So this class, we are going to learn few more commands. So usually whenever we go to the site or whenever we are trying to log in, even Salesforce, whenever we enter the password, right, all the stars will come. That is mask value. So we actually enter the password, but for a user, it displays as a star, 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 star. So how can we do that using the Visualforcepage? So we have a command called apex : inputSecret. That means that is going to whatever the data that we enter, it will be hidden, or it will be that means it is going to be enter in a mask value star, star, star. Usually it is used for password, or for example, you have some email address. Okay, so you do not want to show it to the user, or phone number, some data which they are entering that we do not want them to see it. Even not only for credentials, when they are reviewing the existing data. For example, they open some data related to the opportunity or cases. Right, in opportunity, we will have all sensitive data which is related to the opportunity, product sale, everything will be there. So while reviewing that, so we do not want certain information that we do not want user to see. So in those scenarios also, we can use this apex : inputSecret. So that means to enter mask value. To enter mask value. So today first we will learn all the commands, then we will go ahead and do the practical. And next one, okay. So there are some scenarios. There are some scenario which is like you wanted to have the field on the page. You wanted to have the field on the page, but I do not want to show the field at all. I do not want to show the field at all. So that means if I open the new, okay. So for example, I have a Visualforcepage. I have a Visualforcepage. Ideally what we are displaying, let's take account name and phone number, and fax, and then rating. So these are the informations are there. Okay, these are, I wanted to put it in onto the Visualforcepage, but there is something called which is related to the let's take ranking or industry. Let's say billing city. The billing city is not right. Billing city is not right. Probably. Okay, let's do this way. So let's take a billing city also. Okay, these are the fields that I wanted to place it. Okay. Facts. Or okay, these facts I do not want to show on the screen. I do not want to show on the screen, but I wanted to have it in somewhere in the page. I wanted to have on the page. On the page I wanted to have, but I do not want user to see this. That means this should be.
Sorry. Is this scenario similar to that? That if you have phone number, then only show facts. If not, then don't
No,
show facts.
that is a dependent field. Based
No,
on
but
the
if
phone value,
dependent
we are
field,
displaying the facts. That
no,
is
no,
a
but
dependent.
oh, sorry, dependent fields will be pick list where you will see, but it will become none. And what I'm saying here is, like, we have some scenarios in the past where on the Visualforce pages we have, okay, one field will only show if the other field is available. Otherwise it will
Yeah,
not even
that's true.
show up
So
there.
that is a different concept. If I have a phone value, then display this. It's a
Mhm.
if condition. Dependent on the previous value, I'm going to show the facts.
But that will be not in a standard controller, that we have to write custom controller.
Custom control. You can do
But
it
then,
using the Visualforce page also. That should be fine. In the Visualforce page, you can add if else condition. That is possible without custom controller.
okay. But in this one, the scenario, I don't understand. Like,
This
where
one
you don't
is
want
you
to see it
have
on
a
the page,
field
but
on
you
the
want to have a
page.
page. Like, I know,
You
but
want,
you don't want to
but
see it
this will
there.
not show any time. For example, I'm seeing the contact information. Okay, but at the back end, I wanted to usually why do we need account information for the client? We do not want to show the account information or account owner. Okay, these all are contact details. And also for some purpose, for my logic, I need an account owner, but I do not need user input on the account owner. That is for my calculation. If I have this field on my Visualforce page, I can do some business logic here based on this. So in that scenario, that means this is there on the page, but it is a
Okay.
hidden field. Why do we need a hidden field? Because for developer, it might be required that field value during their calculation. So that means this will be there on the page, but it is a hidden.
Excuse me, madam. Who are going to feel that miss this particular kind of
By default, it will come from
form?
Salesforce.
Miss user end user don't know.
No, we are seeing the contact information here. We are seeing the contact information. Okay, why do I here? What is the value that I have? I have the account owner. Okay, when I'm seeing the contact information, I'm pulling the contact records related to the account. Contact information related to the account. Right? So account owner, ideally we do not fill, first of all. That is the concept. Now it is already there within the system. The data is there. I can tell in another direction. For example, I'm pulling the existing record, tech one. I'm pulling the tech one record. Tech one is already there. Already there in the system. I'm showing the data to the users. So tech one phone number, something 1111, and rating, it is maybe hot, and billing city, let's say Hyderabad. Okay. Now I have another field here, ID. ID equal to 18-digit ID 00100F. Some value is here. So do I need ID to show the user? It's not required, but I need this. I need this on my page because I'm using somewhere based on this ID, I'm calculating another business logic.
So
Right?
that is there in okay.
Now this field, I am going to hide it. So it is a similar concept. It will be there in even for Lightning Aura LWC. There are few fields which we wanted to put it onto the page. Put it onto the page. But we do not want to show it to the client. Now here, not only the ID, there are some other fields. Let's take industry. Okay, industry is there, but client doesn't want to see the industry details. Client doesn't want to see the industry details. So that time what I can do, simply I can hide these two. You don't need, client doesn't need it, but developer need that. Developer need, because based on this banking, I'm going to pull some other information. So that's the reason we use input hidden. This is example. Apex column input hidden. This is certain data. Certain data, if developer want to store temporarily, which user or client does not want to see. So this is input hidden. Now let me go ahead and show the practical so that you will get a clarity before I move on to the next command. So developer console. First we will go with the input secret. So this is the class yesterday. This is the Visualforce page that we have worked yesterday. Not this one. 0405. File open resource star 0508. Yeah. Underscore. We did not. What was the class that we created yesterday? Account record. Okay, that's fine. So let's take this same one. So now I'm going to add this here. So here we are going to add, let's say, name I'm going to put here. This one I'm going to change it to the industry. What will happen if I open this preview? If I open this preview, what is happen? It is going to show me all the values. I can select agriculture, packs 1212, phone number 9987, some number, and let's give it here samskara IT. Now this is the value, right? Now it is clearly I can see all the values here. Name also I can see here. But in case if I change from input field to, I'm going to change this input field to input secret. Input field to input secret. I'm changing the input secret. So what will happen? What are the values that I'm entering it? It will show me in the masked one, right? Industry, agriculture, 777. I'm entering the details. So now all the dots are displaying it. By default way is displaying in the dot format. See here, everything, all the values are masked. But at the back end, the actual value will be there. If I click on save, this is going to save it on the Salesforce database with the original value. Let's go ahead and see the record. So I entered the account name as Samskar IT. See here, 777. This is the one which I have added. While entering, it will take in the mask value, but while storing it, it will store with the actual value. Is it clear? Input secret is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, coming to the input field. Input field, for example, ideally what we will do if I do not want to see the facts on the page. I do not want to see the facts on the page. So what ideal scenario? Either I'll delete it, that particular line, or I'll comment out. Either of one I'll do. Either I'll completely take out this line. Simple. No other thought process is required. Or else I'll simply comment it. So what will happen if I comment it? Facts, I cannot see it on the page. Facts, I cannot see it on the page. It will not be displayed. But instead of deleting the field, what I'll do is I'll simply say that I need this information. Right now we are in the input mode, but this input hidden is going to used in the output mode. We are going to show in the output mode. Let me take another page where we have details. Okay, so this is the output field. Fine, I have to pass the ID. Now here I'll do one more thing: name, phone, fax, industry, rating. Let's take billing city. Billing city. Save. Now click on preview. Let me pass the ID. ID 18-digit. Billing city. Okay, fine. So we have here, so we are displaying in 3 columns. So right now, this particular record does not have a billing city. So let's go ahead and add the billing city. And if you observe in the account record, when you view the account in the detail section, you will see billing city, shipping city. You will not see city, state, postal code, all of those you will not see. Right? So let me open this in the classic. Here is only one field: shipping address, billing address, because this is a group of field. But when you try to edit this, what it will do, it will convert the group of field to the individual field. It will split it. It will split. So that means on the detail section, these all are combined and merged into only one field. So whatever I enter here, the detail information, if I see, but this is actually a billing city, right? Sydney is the billing city. So, but here everything will be shown in only one mail address. But if I try to edit this, what it will do? It will give me the different fields. So now
do we call it as a field then? Is it billing city is a field then or not?
When you are doing it from the development side, you cannot call the billing address. You have to call individual API field: billing city, billing state provision, billing zip, postal code, billing country, billing street. You cannot use the billing address from the development side.
No, in general, madam, like if somebody asks like billing city, is it the field?
Yes, billing city is the field, but you will not see billing city here.
Okay.
Billing city field, you will not see it. This is hidden back of this billing address.
I understood that. If suppose interview, if billing city is a field means we should say as billing city field like that. That is the route.
You tell me, where is the billing city?
Here it is billing city. Near billing address. Billing address. I have what is that? In the
I think
down I have
billing address will have all the details. It has like combination of all the fields.
Yes, combination of all the fields is nothing but a billing address. But when you are developing it, when you are writing a code or when you are querying it, you cannot use the API field as billing address. You have to, in case if you want only city information, then you have to use billing city. Like here in my Visualforce page, I just need a city. I do not need other information, zip code or postal. I do not need it. So what I did, instead of using the billing address, I took billing city.
okay.
So now let's go ahead and refresh this. So now it is coming a billing city. Let me change this layout to the 2 columns. Swapna. So ID equal to billing city, city, right? So I'm getting this information, but client says that no, I do not want to see this. Just remove it. But developer says that no, I want the billing city because there are some calculations are happening based on the billing city at the logic side. Then what developer does? If it is a smart developer, they will not ask a question. They will simply say that, okay, you do not need it. That's fine. Instead of removing it, what I'll do is I'll just input hidden. Can you mute it? So input hidden. So now account details ID equal to, what are the fields I can see? What happened? We did not save. Let's go ahead and save. Something wrong. Input hidden. What is wrong? Must be in the tag. Let's say, is that the line problem? Yes, okay. Apex colon input hidden. Okay, so value is equal to double quotes, curly braces, exclamation, account dot city. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, so this is the address information. What is the problem? Input. Okay, fine. So we are using the input here. Let me use, this is a page blog session. X colon form.
Input field should be inside the form, right?
Yes. So let's use this. Control X.
But the message should have shown clearly, am I right? That input field should be.
That is actually defective for the Visualforce page. It always says whenever you are not using, this is the must occurs between the tag. This is the one which it is going to show. Ideally, what should happen is whenever I'm writing it, it should suggest me use this tag, but it doesn't do the Visualforce. That is the problem there. So now let's go ahead and see here, billing city is not displaying, but it has the value at the backend. If I try to pull this, ID equal to 18-digit Visualforce page. It shows account name, tax, rating, phone number, industry. Billing city does not show. Fine. Client requirement is satisfied. Developer requirement is satisfied. Both the requirements are satisfied. So that's how we use the input hidden. Input hidden. Now coming to the another command, apex colon select radio. Apex colon select radio. This is a radio button, like you have seen the gender, female, male, or color selection, or vehicle selection, model selection. Wherever you go on the page, if you are buying a vehicle, but you are looking for the same vehicle on the different color, blue, red, or sky blue, some colors you are looking at. So they might be having a radio option there to select the vehicle color. Based on the vehicle color, the price is going to change. So this is a normal in general radio button to display radio button on the Visualforce page. To display a radio button in Visualforce page. In Visualforce page, select a radio button on the Visualforce page. Here we'll have a single selection, not the multiple selection. You can go with only one color selection. You cannot select multiple colors, right? So next one, in a similar fashion, we have a select option. Another command is apex colon select options. Select option. This is to display options in Visualforce page. To display options in Visualforce page. Apex colon select option. So what will happen? For example, you went into some site. Okay, let's say that you are looking for a Salesforce learning or Salesforce course, you are looking for it, or you are looking for Java course. So let's say that that particular institute or that particular company is teaching Salesforce, Microsoft, Java, SAP, so many things they are teaching. Okay, so now you have to select one course. You have to select one course among the 5 courses, whatever you are interested in. In that case, what you will do, you just tick mark it. So you have courses here. Beside the courses, you will see these kind of a check boxes, right? So let's assume that the first one is Salesforce. Salesforce, and the next one is SAP, and next one is Python, and next Java, right? So they have a different options. Whatever you are interested in, what you will do, you will simply go ahead and check this saying that I'm interested in the Salesforce. So this implementation, we can do it using the apex hyphen select options. So let's see this apex colon select options. Right, so let's go ahead and see the practical. Now let me add separate box here, or here also I can add. Okay, so now I'm going to use the select options. Now select options and select radio. Select radio and select option, these two are combined. Options is nothing but where you have a different option. This is the options. They can have this or they can have this also, round one or checkbox, whatever it is there. Right?
Should we use this command to only for pick list field or?
Yeah. So option, this is the option. This is the select options. Select options. And this is select radio. If you do not want to go with the select radio, you can go with select this checkbox.
And I'm getting two, select option and select options. Are there two different tags?
Select options and select option.
Yes, if you put apex dot, put the tag select, for me it's showing both select options and select option.
So that is a merge of it, like a it's kind of a singular and plural. We will see that.
Do you see first one and the third one?
Yeah, we'll see that. I think they have added this new one. So before it was having only select options. So here is a select radio and select checkbox. This is the higher. On the parent level, you need to have a select radio or select checkbox. And inside the radio, mention the select option or select options or select list. You can do either one. You can add the list, you can add the option, you can add the options, you can add list. Right. So this is
these all things are like subtype of select radio. Swapna?
Radio or checkbox.
Okay.
Select radio. Okay. In here, what is the radio label name? You can give the label name. Label name equal to select course. Right. Select course. Inside the select course, I can give the different options. Apex colon select option. Select options. Now, what are the variables that I have here? Item label. Item label Salesforce. So when you select a Salesforce, then what is the value that you wanted to capture at the backend? That means that is the API value. So that is SFTC. I wanted to capture at the backend SFTC, but it will be displayed only Salesforce to the user. It will not be displayed item value. Item value is for the developer. Developer in a sense, let's take the developer has to implement a logic based on the selection. We have to show the fees amount. So based on the selection, how we will know? They cannot get the item label. Item label can have a space also here. So that means I'll add another select option here. What I'll do is Java 4. But value what I can give is simply Java. If they have selected Java core packet, it is going to tell us they have selected this Java. Now let me add one more value here. Select options. Let's say Python here, Python. This has to be unique. Item value has to be unique for each select options. For each select options, it has to be unique. It has to be unique. So let's go ahead and see the output. See here, I'm getting the Salesforce, Java Core, Python. I'm not getting the values here. Key and value. Basically, this is a key and value. What is the key? Key is Salesforce. Based on the selection of key, I'm going to get a value for the developer. Value for the developer. So I can select any button. This is single radio selection. Single radio selection. I can select Salesforce or Java Core or Python. In case if you want to see checkboxes. In case if you wanted to see checkboxes, you can use the apex colon, select checkboxes. Now here inside the checkboxes also I can add options. I can add options. So let's say that here also same values, or I'll give different values. SAP, and my item value is unique SAP. And next key is let's say Microsoft .NET, and here I'll see the value is net. And then we have what are these? VB.NET. Right, a value is, I'll just give VB. Okay. Now as soon as I save and see the page will be displayed in checkboxes. This is a radio button, this is a checkboxes. But both work same. The view is different. Both have a key value. Key value. Salesforce is the key. If I select the key as a Salesforce, then the value will be
How will we save this in backend?
That's what I'm going to do. So, so value that I'm going to get it is here. It will be Salesforce. Here it will be Salesforce. My value is Salesforce. So in the backend, it will be stored Salesforce. What is the value that I have given here? The value that I have given is SFTC. That means it is going to So now let me take this, flip it. Let's go to the paint. Okay, file, new. Now this is my options. So on top, what is this select course? Select course. Here, whatever the value is displayed, this is the select course. Select course is my what is this? This is my select radio label name. This is my select radio label name. Label name is what I have given. I have given the I have given the select course. Right? I have given the select course. This is my label name. Now, what are these? These are inside the radio. I have this, which is a options. This is my select options. Select option. Now, how does this option work? How does this option work? The option works similar like key and value. Key and value. What is the key will be displayed here. Okay, key will be displayed on top. So here key is Salesforce. And for this key, what is the value that we have given? We have given, let's say that SFTC. And then what else we have taken?
Java core and Python.
Okay, Java core and Python. Java core is the key. And then what is the value for this? Java. And next we have taken Python. What is the value for Python? Is Python. So this is the key value format. Key value format. Key based on the key, I'm going to get the value. That means it will be in always in the format of key comma value. Now it is going to ask what is the value that is selected. Key is Salesforce. Key is Salesforce. Now Visualforce is going to go to the database. Sorry, Visualforce is not the database. Visualforce is going to tell the developer if you are doing any logic within the Visualforce page. Okay, user has selected this key, but this key value is SFTC. So go ahead and use this value. Go ahead and use this value. So backend, it will be stored as value. Backend, developer always has to use the value, do not use the key. If you use the key, when you are developing it, you will see a lot of changes because key will be having a duplicate values. Key will be having a Java space code or space some value or some different values will be there. So I can have a same key. Let's say that Java core and Java. But based on this selection, what I'll do is Java core will have a value, unique value, which is, let's say this Java C. And here I'll say that this is a Java. So always use the value. So key value pair. Key value pair. Is everybody clear on this key value pair?
Yes.
Key value pair. Select options, list, everything. If you have a multiple things, then we can show this in the key value pair. For example, if you want a list, let me go ahead and show that. If you want to list, that means apex colon, select list, apex colon, select list, label equal to select courses, select course. Now inside this select list, I'll add a options. Amazon digital marketing, Microsoft. Okay, so here I'll say Amazon and DN, and this is Microsoft. Okay, so let's save this. Now let me go back to the Visualforce page. So this is the list. List. You can select any one. Now, if you have a more number of fields, let's add two more. Okay. Cobalt. C. C++. Additional. Advanced. Advanced C. Okay. So let's save this. See here. If you want, you can put a scroll bar. That we will see that later. But right now, you will select. You can select anyone. You can select anyone. This is the label name, list label name, select list label name. And here, this is the options. But in case if you want, here right now, you are able to select only one. But in case if you wanted to select both of them, then what we can do is for the select list is we have an option called multi-select equal to true. Multi-select equal to true. Multi-select equal to true. So you can select multiple. Highlight this. Okay, select this. Control, click on this icon. Control, click on this icon to select multiple options. You can select all the values. You can select all the values.
Where did
Okay.
we put that multi-select equal to 2?
In the select list. In the select list, you have to put multi-select equal to true.
Okay.
So when you mention multi-select true is nothing but it will assume that, okay, this can be selected, this particular field will be, I can select multiple values. Okay. So we will see rest all other options, apex, colon, options, we will see tomorrow. Okay, so these are the one which we have learned today. Okay, so how the logic is getting executed? First, the logic is getting executed is we have learned, let's take a select radio button, select list and select checkbox. File new. Right. So first what will happen here? It will go and first it gets executed select radio button. Okay, it will add the radio buttons here. I don't know how many I have to add. I don't know that because it simply says that, okay, I have to add that I'm aware of it. But how many do I need to add it? Who is going to tell how many do I need to add? Select options is going to tell, because select options, what it will do, it will add the values here. How many select options are there? 3 select options are there. That means I have to add 3 radio buttons. 3 radio buttons. And then the value will come here, select options. Salesforce. Salesforce, Java core, Python. Okay. Based on the selection of this, based on the selection of this value at the back end, what it will happen at the back end, it goes in the back and it will say that, okay, the user has selected the Java. It will not give Java code. Back to the developer, the value will be given. So that means this is on the UI. This is on UI. This is on UI, user interface. So this is on UI. On the UI, whenever it's selected, on the UI, what we have a Visualforce page. On the UI, I'm loading the Visualforce page. So that Visualforce page shows these options. And whenever it is selected, if I have a business logic, business logic is sitting somewhere here. Let's say here I have a inside the script, I have some business logic. What is the business logic? Get the selected value. Get selected value. Get selected
So
value.
usually what languages we use for the business logic here? Like any, or is there a specific language we need to stick to?
Usually how you do it in the JavaScript. Java. What we will do, we will write a HTML. HTML is for the UI design. Okay, if you have any client side validation, client side means if you have any validations on the UI, then we can go ahead and do it within the Visualforce page. But in case client side validation is not there, I'll talk about client side, server side later. Client side validation is not there. There is something server side validation I have to do, right? So in the scenario, what I'll do, I simply call the apex. I'll call the apex. Either this script, either apex. So what Visualforce does, if you have a script, it will pass the value to the, either script, it will pass the value to the apex. Assume that right now we are getting the value to the apex. Visualforce is going to pass the value to the apex. In the apex, if I'm doing any calculation based on this selection, so here I'll get the value as Java. Or here also I can get the value as, in case if it is, we have a logic, some client side logic is there, then we will get Java. So same thing for the select list. Select list also, we are, it will show the list. How many lists does it need to display? It will go ahead and check first how many options do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 options are there. So that means I have to add a list. Sorry, this is not the list. List is nothing but the box. The box in the Salesforce, in terms of what you can say is for the multi-pick list, it will display like this. So this is the list. So here, what is the list here? selectForce is the label name. selectForce is the label name. selectForce is the label name. Inside this, what it will do, it will add whatever the options it has. Amazon, digital marketing, Microsoft, COBOL, C, C++. So these all will be added. As soon as I select this option, at the back end, what will happen? It will go and give the developer what is the value selected. For example, right now the value is selected as, and let's take digital marketing. Okay. So whenever the user select the digital marketing, it will give back to the developer as a value, as a DM. So that means this is the key. This is the key. This is the key, and this is the value. Here JavaScript is the key, and here Java is the value. Right? Any questions on this? Any questions on radio list checkbox? If it is a checkbox, then instead of radio button, it will give you the checkboxes. But concept is same. The execution and the concept is same. The execution and concept is same. So execution and the concept is same.
That value, like, it helps for writing further kind of business requirement logic.
Yes. So right now we are seeing the here the radio buttons is in the horizontal mode, right? But in case if you want in vertical, so what you can do is we have a option in the checkbox or let's say radio button, wherever it is. So we have some option which is called as a layout, page direction. Go show me the all the checkboxes in page direction. So let's go ahead and save, refresh. This is the format it is going to give. I can give it to the courses also. selectRadio. Another attribute is layout. Layout equal to page direction. Page direction. So that vertical it is going to display. So I can take this. Now why the here select courses is not displaying it?
Have given it inside the radio button thing. They have not specified the sales course there, select course there.
So did we give this option inside the radio button? That's what you are saying?
Yeah, like select radio.
So that means I have a radio button. This is the radio button. Inside this, I have checkbox, right? That's what you are saying.
I think we didn't give the label name for it, so it didn't display.
Yep.
Do not get confused. We cannot merge two of them. Everybody is a individual component. Okay, we cannot write inside the radio checkbox. We do not get confused. What we have written, everything is individual tags we have written. But the thing is that here I have not mentioned the label name. If I mention the label name, it will come. Checkbox label name equal to select courses for checkboxes. Now let's go ahead and refresh. Fine. Any questions on this checkbox?
Can you please go back to that code? I have one question. The last one. Page direction. What does it do? The layout?
Page direction. So right now, how developer wants to show designing part. So if I remove this, what will happen if I remove the checkboxes? Control S. Default way of displaying the pick list or checkboxes is in the horizontal.
I see.
Horizontal. But in case if you do not want a horizontal styling, if you want a vertical format, before what we used to do, we used to write a CSS on top of it to change the to change this Microsoft.NET here, VB.NET here. We used to write a lot of CSS. Okay, instead of that, then they have given later point layout equal to page direction. Page direction is not.
If we use break next to each checkbox, so will it not work?
It will work.
It's next to select option. If we use break.
Break. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I have given a break here. What happened? I'll give one more break.
Have we saved it?
Yes. What happened?
Okay, the break is coming.
Where is the break?
After the label.
Below the label, yeah.
Below the label. Okay.
No, I'm saying it is coming below the label.
Oh, right. So why you wanted to give a break here? Tell me one thing. Why you wanted to give a break for the select options? What is the select options here?
To display each value.
To display each value. But this is a multiple values which go in single way. It's not a kind of this. It's not like one paragraph I'm writing it and another paragraph I'm writing it. It's not in that direction. It's basically these all sit together. Now, if I give a paragraph to paragraph break, it works. But these all are within the parent. These are the child. Childs are sitting within the parent. So break does not work for the select options.
Okay.
If I have to say kind of a pair, I'm not getting the exact word right now, pair kind of a thing.
But why didn't you have to provide it in earlier when you look for Salesforce Java core? You know, the first time when you select a course on the top, the selectRadio. In that you haven't provided any.
Which one? Layout page direction.
Oh, you provided page direction. I see. Okay.
Seems like I only did everything. Nobody is watching my screen or what?
No, I missed that page direction. I was doing that.
Okay. Guys, again, selectRadio, label name. Label name is nothing but select course. Now, why it is displaying in this direction? Because our page direction is line by line in vertical. So based on the page direction, take the radio buttons and display it. How many radio buttons should display it based on the select options? So we have 3 options. So what are the values? Key values are key is Salesforce Java for Python and values are SFDC Java Python. It is a unique. Values has to be always unique. And next one is select list. Select list is, which is inside the box, I'm going to display multiple values. What are the values that I'm going to display? Amazon, digital marketing, Microsoft, COBOL, C++, and each one have a different unique value. And select list. Select list within, select checkbox. Inside the checkbox, we have 3 different options. But here we have not used the layout, page direction layout. I have not used it. So that's the reason by default it is displaying in the vertical format. Clear? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we are already crossed 10 minutes. Select options and other things we'll see tomorrow. That means on Monday we will see. Okay, for now, interview questions.
So Monday will be like for US, like Sunday night, ma'am?
Monday you do not have, you, that's what, from Tuesday onwards, which will be your Monday night.
Okay.
So Monday there is no morning class.
Okay.
Monday to
Thank you.
Saturday.
Mhm.
So interview questions are, what is Apex colon input hidden? And provide a scenario when do we use Apex colon input hidden. Zero to what is Apex colon input secret and provide a scenario when do we use Apex colon input secret. 0. What is Apex select radio button, select radio, Apex colon select radio, next what is Apex colon select checkbox, what is Apex colon select list, what is the difference between Apex colon select radio button and Apex colon select list. What is the difference between Apex colon list, select list and Apex colon select checkbox? What is the difference between Apex colon select radio and Apex colon select checkbox? What is the layout attribute? What is the layout attribute? Where do we use it? how to select multiple values in apex colon list, select list. Assignment. Implement a Visualforce page to display gender information, in vertical format. Implement a Visualforce page that displays account, name, phone number, fax, that displays the existing account name, phone number, fax, billing address. Whereas industry field is not required for client, but developer need it. But developer need it. Implement a Visualforce page. Implement Visualforce page to display contact last, to display contact last name, first name, email, and while entering the email and email information or email data should not be viewed by user or client while entering the email address. That means it's a mask value. It should display the mask value. It should display the mask value 0. Implement a Visualforce page to display color options to the user. implement Visualforce page to display following options. Display following options to display house details by giving the below options. Options are 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK, 1 room, other. So these are the options. Fine. Pi assignment. Is it clear for everybody? Any questions in the interview or assignment?
Is that color option?
Color option.
We didn't practice, I hope.
What is that? What is the question on the color option?
Implement a Visualforce to display color option to user. Like
Give any colors. Do I need to give those options also?
no, I mean to say, like, is it a like this is this command we practice? I mean to say this component.
Which component? Are you thinking color is a component?
Yeah.
Color is not a component. I wanted to show the different options of the color.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions before I move on to the advanced admin?
No.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop